way that you apply is you go to our website. We have an online application. We do not accept paper applications anymore. If you want to go there, it is, I'll tell you the website, but you'll never remember. It's www.lsu.edu/gradapply. The application fee is $50. After the deadline, there's an extra $25 late fee. We have, for the fall semesters, the deadline to apply is May 15th. Anytime after that, we will still accept your application, but there's a $25 late fee. Also, in regards to that, each program may have its own deadlines. That's very important to keep abreast of. If a program stops accepting applications on January 1st and you apply after January 1st, you will have to wait an entire year to be able to be accepted. Some programs only accept students in the fall, some accept in the fall, and the spring, and the summer. So definitely find out what you can expect from that. Transcripts. We require official transcripts from any university you've attended. In order to be official, they have to be delivered to us by the issuing institution. What that means is that if you were to walk that into our office, it would need to be in a sealed envelope, sealed from the university that issued it. Otherwise, they normally just send them directly to us. Anything we receive outside of those sort of parameters are unofficial. We can use that to evaluate your application, but we will still require the official copies. GRE and GMAT scores are generally issued by ETS, administers the GRE, and then the GMAT is sent by the testing agency. Those scores are actually sent to us electronically, so you actually, at the time that you take the test, you need to tell them where to issue your codes, and they'll send them to us. As I said, for the summer and fall, the application deadline is May 15th. For the spring, it's October 15th. If you'd like to be considered for funding, then it is January 1st. Programs will offer assistantships. Those can take several forms: graduate assistantships, teaching assistantships, so on and so forth. Those are going to vary according to the program and their individual budgets. The graduate school itself does not have a budget for assistantships, but what an assistantship will entail at LSU is a tuition stipend or a tuition waiver, and then a stipend with the job that you perform, so you get a regular salary. And then the last thing is health insurance. Those are three kind of big things that we think that our graduate students really benefit from. So that's really all I have to say. Does anyone have any questions?
Eric,
Yes, no?
I didn't hear you mention the typical, well, what I think of as the typical minimum GPA.
Well, the minimum, yeah, thank you. The minimum GPA typically required is a 3.0. We will accept students with a 2.55 or a 2.99. You'll be placed on probation, which means that you have 1 semester or 3 credit hours to make a 3.0 or higher. We do not have any minimum GRE scores that are required. Those are going to be required individually by departments.
And I can't even, they've changed how they score the GRE now too,
Yes.
so I can't even give them the typical standard. You took it already?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I think the most is, the highest grade, a perfect score is a 340. So it's 170 for each category.
Right, and it's actually, the scale is graduated differently in the verbal and the quantitative. So if you, so the former scale was, 1600 or whatever. Formerly, if you made equal scores, it was just, that was normal. Now, the highest score in quantitative is lower than the highest score in verbal. And part of the reason for that is that if you make a perfect score in the math on the GRE, you're in the 96th percentile, because 4% of all students who take the GRE make a perfect score in math. 4%.
So not very
Which is
many.
a lot. I think that's a lot. Perfect score is pretty tough to do. But yeah, so we don't have a sort of easy translation because the score scales are different. Generally, about a 300 is what we kind of expect to see, but we get some above and below that. So it varies wildly depending on what your fine too.
Eric, is it still true that a student can report the last half of their degree program as their GPA?
Well, what we actually ask is for the full scores. Now, let's say if a student had a 2.45 instead of a 2.55, you cannot be admitted on probation. So, because of that, what we will do is we'll actually take the last 60 hours of credit and we'll do the GPA for that. If that falls within the range of probation, we'll admit you on probation then. If it's above a 3.0, then we'll admit you regularly. But that's generally how it works.
Okay, so for some of you, this for your first year of college, these first 2 semesters have, not been what you thought they were going to be grade-wise. When you're thinking about graduate school, many programs will let you kind of discount those first couple of years. Okay? Any other questions for Eric? All right, well, thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.